In 2016, 18-year-old Richard Risher was fatally shot by officers with the Los Angeles Police Department. Richard's mother, Lisa Simpson, has been fighting for justice ever since. She became an outspoken and critical voice as a mother of the movement, a group of black women who have lost their children as a result of police actions. Lisa Simpson joins me now. Ms. Simpson, thank you for joining me. Welcome to the show. You recently released a statement with Samaria Rice, the mother of Tamir Rice, and in it you had some strong words for the activist community. Can you tell me a little bit more about that statement and what compelled you to issue it in the first place?
Well, in 2016, when I lost my 18-year-old son to Los Angeles Police Department, I met Black Lives Matter by accident with my son, March. Melina Abdullah was running the LA chapter. They kicked me out the encampment, said I made them look like terrorists. 2 years after they kicked me out the encampment, I found out that they had reciprocated money in the name of my son. I tried to talk to the lady. I had a Zoom with her like 4 months ago. She hung up the phone on me. I mean, it's just sad that they came into this fight with the wrong intentions and took advantage of us mothers and fathers because we were vulnerable, because the police had killed our children. And I want them out the fight, because if you came in here with the wrong intentions, you can't fix it when you already wrong. And it's just sad that Patrisse Cullors will get on all these newscasts and fabricate stories about they easy to contact. And I've been trying to get in contact with them for 5 years. I'm 52 years old, sir. I ain't never seen Patrisse Cullors in Los Angeles ever in my life. And this is where I was born and raised at. And then to find out she from the Valley, but you're not doing nothing for the community in Los Angeles. You the head of Black Lives Matter Global Network, and Melina Abdullah is your tail. I don't understand how you got $1 million movie deal, how she got a contract with Levi's. I mean, you buying homes and you say you buying them for your family, but your family is still alive, but our children are dead. They never coming back. And everybody is attacking me, and I'm a mother because I'm telling the truth. I'm not lying on these people. This wasn't a fake video. This was the truth. Me, Melina Abdullah, Jill Stein, and Yane from Philly Black Lives Matter was on an interview downtown Los Angeles at the 49th encampment when Jill Stein supposedly came to Los Angeles to stand in solidarity with me with the death of my kid. And Melina and them would sit up there and put all these lies out on about me, talking about I'm lying, I got mental health issues. Don't do that. Tell the truth. You made a mistake. Be a woman and say, look, I made a mistake. How can we fix this?
So
it's past. How can we fix it?
I just want to clarify.
Because I want you to get that extra large limo and get on up out our fight, because you done more harm than good. And it's sad that I'm a mother that lost my 18-year-old son that took 35 shots out of 70. And y'all would have a town hall meeting on me in Los Angeles, and you're a professor, and you got men on there talking about what they gonna do to people. Like, y'all are very violent. Y'all are a very violent organization, and you say y'all not charity, but y'all getting all these donations, and where's the money going? You say you made 191,000 Patrisse Cullors in 2019. Where do you work at, sweetie? What company do you work for that you made 191,000?
So
I do math.
So Simpson, let me pause you just for a second, just so that we can get some clarity for the audience. I just want to pause you for a minute, just so the audience can get some clarity on what we're talking about. So, and of course, Patrisse Cullors, one of the co-founders of Black Lives Matter, was here on Black News Tonight last week for an exclusive interview, and we talked to her. You all can check that out on the web. There's two pieces here that I'm hearing from you so far. One is the lack of financial support that you feel like you've gotten from the movement. And you're saying Black Lives Matter, Global Network Foundation in particular, but it sounds like from your letter there are other forces who you feel like aren't giving you proper support, both financial and otherwise. And then you're also saying that you're being mischaracterized by the people in the movement, by people in the movement. So I want to start with the money side first, because I do want to unpack this just a little bit. We talked a little bit about Patrisse Cullors' personal wealth. I'm sure, I suspect you're not asking her to give you her own money, but you're saying that the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation has money, and that as a mother of the movement, you should be able to get some of it. What would be fair to you? What would be a fair amount of money to receive? What would be the proper level of support? What would you need to feel like you've been treated properly?
You want me to keep it honest with you, or you want me to Fabricator
I want
store.
honest.
Okay, honestly, it's bigger than the money, sir. It's about the principle. It's about how you came into this fight and my 18-year-old son was slaughtered by LAPD, and they slandered and defamated my character to all walks of life that would listen to him. And it's just sad that I'm a mother and I have to fight an entity that knew that they came into this fight with the wrong intentions. They never came in here for the fight of the death of our children. They had a hidden agenda. And they can't be mad at me because I was woke and I wasn't asleep and I found out how they was moving, and the way they was moving, it wasn't right. That's why we can't get no justice. Black Lives Matter have made this into a money game. Everybody is about money. It's bigger than the money, sir. When they got statues in the Constitution that states that they can kill us in a cruel and unusual fashion with no due process to blacks and blacks only. I got a problem with that as a black mother because I still got 2 black sons. So Black Lives Matter gonna come in my fight and shuck and jive and reciprocate benefits and disrespect all these mothers and fathers that lost their children? And that's fair to the people? No, they need to get out this fight and find them something else to do. That is the solution and the only solution.
So for you, the idea is that these folk who you say have the wrong intention to leave the movement, are there other things that you need to be whole? And not just from BLM. In the statement from you and Samari Rice, you also implicated other figures, other fairly prominent figures in the movement for Black Lives and activists more broadly. Are there other things that you need in order to be...
You talk about Tamika Mallory, right?
You mentioned Tamika Mallory. You mentioned Benjamin Crump. Yeah, you mentioned Tamika Mallory. You mentioned Benjamin Crump. You've mentioned a few people.
And guess why I mentioned them, sir? Because the same thing, like Tamika Mallory, she tried to tell me she'd been an activist for 25 years. But I just found out about this lady like a couple years ago. So where was you at 23 years ago? You feel me? Because see, my son been dead for 5 years and I'm tired of all these activists that's acting like they putting their boots on the ground. There's no way that Tamika Mallory boots can be on the ground when she got on $800 pair of Balenciagos on her feet. She ain't trying to get them shoes messed up. Benjamin Crump don't have no law experience where he can just travel up and down the globe taking all these cases. When he got that $27 million for George Floyd's family before this case was over, he got up on TV and said, this is how you get justice. It's bigger than the money. This clown is going up and down the coast, snatching these cases. These families ain't getting no justice. They're getting monetary benefits. But guess what? At the end of the day, when the money is gone, you still got your dead loved one that you hurting behind. So it's bigger than the money with me, sir. I want some real people that got a heart, that got a mind and a body and a soul that really care, that say, dang, this lady's son got shot 35 times. Let's get in contact with her, because I still ain't been in the court yet.
Were there any people in the movement who did offer that for you? Were there people, movements, organizations who were supportive, who stood tall with you, who showed solidarity, yes, who didn't make you feel abandoned or exploited? If so, who?
Fred C. Hampton, the Black Panther Cubs of Chicago, Cop Watching, BJ Trotter of Long Beach, Together We Stand up north. When my son got killed, these are the people that's been standing down with me, been rocking with me for 5 years. The mothers and fathers that I met in this fight in the 5 years, they've been standing and rocking with me. You know, even through all the negativity that Black Lives Matter tried to spew out their mouth about me, I went down there to ask Melina to tell me in my face that I was lying about the video, and I dropped the F-bomb, and they whole congregation surrounded me. One of the girls tried to fight me. I had deep scratches all over my arms. He was calling me fools all out there. You know, it's just funny that they say they out here for the people, but I'm a black woman, and my son was a black kid, so his life don't matter. They don't say my son's name in Los Angeles. You feel me? They talk negative about me to everybody. I was in the congressman office last year that was running against Maxine Waters, and one of their core members called the Bishop of West Angeles, the assistant bishop for 14 years, and he asked them did they help families, because I was homeless at the time. And they was like, yeah. He said, well, I know a family. Can you help her? He said, what's her name? He said, Lisa Simpson. He said, oh, I know her very, very, very well. And don't mess with her because she's trying to exploit Black Lives Matter for money. That man didn't even know I was sitting right there when he was just slandering and defamating my character like that. And I didn't even know the man. So it's like, Melina, you study talking bad about me.
I have a question for you, and we have to run obviously for a commercial break. But what are you okay with a process of restoration? In other words, if we got the people involved, whether it's Black Lives Matter, whether it's some of the other organizers around the country, would you be willing to sit down, cameras off, behind the scenes, and have a conversation to figure out how we could restore this, how we could repair the damage that's been done, how you all could come together as a community and build something? Because I'm hearing people say they want that. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know. But the question is,
Okay.
would you be willing to be part of that conversation?
I would be willing to be part of that, but we were supposed to have a meeting with Tamika Mallory, Melina Abdullah, Patrisse Cullors on the 13th of April, and none of them showed up. None of them answered the emails or none of that. So, I'm tired of the shucking and jiving. I'm a real person. Stop talking about me and talk to me, because I'll talk back and I will listen. But they don't want to talk to me because, to keep it 100 with you, I'm the only one that got proof that Black Lives Matter did me wrong. Mike Brown ain't got no video of them saying that they raised money for Mike Brown Jr. Samir Rice ain't got no video that said they raised money for Tamir Rice. But I got an actual video with Melina Abdullah asking for $5,000, $10,000 or $5,000 will do for Brother Richie, because Brother Richie need to be buried. But Brother Richie was already buried and dead in the wall 19 days before I did the interview. So how is it a lie? Show me a receipt that I'm lying, because I got receipts that lady got a lot of money.
So this is a conversation that obviously can't end here.